Yo, what's good, YouTube? Excuse the crappy video quality. I'm using this from my iPhone 4, the like face camera thing. Yeah. So I wanted to get to a couple of cognitive distortions that help me a lot, and I'll show you how to apply them. So first one is called overgeneralization. Overgeneralization. And that says you see a single negative event as a never-ending pattern of defeat. So say you go to the mall and you're just dreaded with anxiety and you're so obsessed about like your face and everything. And once you go home, you never want to go back to the mall again, not ever in the rest of your life. And that's called overgeneralization. So you see one single negative event as a never-ending pattern of defeat. And you feel like you're like screwed for the rest of your life because you didn't have a good mall experience. Another one is personalization. It says you see yourself as the cause of some negative external event which in fact you are not primarily responsible for. So you say you're feeling like depressed or something, and you're at your friend's house, and their dog runs away, and you think it's because of you, or you had something to do with it. That's called personalization. That's the only example I could think of. There's another one called jumping to conclusions, and that includes mind reading and fortune telling. I already went over mind reading in my other video, so I'll tell you fortune telling. So you anticipate that things will turn out badly, and even though like that's not true, you're just convinced like something bad's gonna happen. Like you think your prediction is an established fact. So like say you need to go to the grocery store, you say, okay, like I already know I'm gonna have a bad experience at the grocery store, and you know it hasn't even happened yet, you're just assuming. That's called fortune telling. So you can't just anticipate that things are going to turn out bad. Like you're convinced, like you're 100% sure that things are going to turn out bad for whatever like reason, for going to the mall or going to the grocery store or wherever. But that's called fortune telling. So okay, so to apply these, what you have to do is, and this is like, I don't know, like I go to like the CBT, but so I probably can't explain it as well as like a therapist would, obviously, but I'll try my best. And plus, I'm feeling like crap today. Huge headache. Then that's just aside from the OCD, BDD, depression, and whatnot. So, yeah. So, like, say, I'll say, like, I'm walking through the mall. This is what I'd be doing. So, first of all, like, call out what you're feeling as concrete as possible. So just connect to your five senses. So what do I see, hear, taste, touch, smell? And how you feel, just call it out concretely. So okay, so I connect to my five senses. Then so you'd say, okay, right now I'm feeling anxious. Right now I'm feeling anxious about my face. Or no, you won't even say that. You just say, right now I'm feeling anxious. And you say, right now I'm feeling depressed. And then just connect to your surroundings. And then say you're walking through, and let's see, say you do mind reading. So you think someone's thinking something negative about you, even though you have no evidence, but you're convinced that someone's thinking negative. So you see this girl walking the other way, and she's just walking, and she looks over towards your direction for a second, and then looks the other way, and you assume to yourself, okay, she looked at me for a second because she thought I was ugly, so she looked away quick because she thought I was ugly. Alright, that is called mind reading, and that's, in reality, she probably didn't even notice you, or she, like, you have no evidence that someone's thinking something negative about you, you just assume it. So what happens is you say, okay, right now I'm mind reading. So connect to your five senses. What do I see, hear, taste, touch, smell? So that happens. You say, okay, right now I'm mind reading. That's it. You label it as concrete as possible. And this takes repetition. And you have to keep doing this. And this goes for every single cognitive distortions. Look them up. They're called cognitive distortions. You could use it for personalization. Like your friend broke up with his girlfriend, and you think that you're the cause of it, even though you're obviously not. That's just the only example I could honestly think of. You'd say, okay, that is the cognitive distortion of personalization. Let me see if I can find another good one. Alright, emotional reasoning. Emotional reasoning. You assume that your negative emotions necessarily reflect the way things really are. So, I feel it, therefore it must be true. So, I feel ugly, therefore it must be true. So, people with BDD can use this over and over and over. Like, I feel worthless, I feel ugly, therefore it must be true. That's what someone would be thinking to themselves, but that's obviously a cognitive distortion. Just because you feel ugly doesn't mean you are ugly. Just because you feel worthless doesn't mean you are worthless. That's just the it's called emotional reasoning. So if you're feeling like really ugly, just say like, so obviously you'd connect to your five senses, say right now I'm feeling anxious, and you say right now I feel ugly, but just because I feel ugly doesn't mean I am ugly. So you say right now I am doing the cognitive distortion of emotional reasoning. You don't have to actually say it out. You can just say, okay, that's emotional reasoning, and just label it as emotional reasoning, not I'm ugly. See, a therapist could explain this a lot better than I am, but I'm just trying to help you guys out. So, I think, yeah, I mean, I just went through some, like, pretty, I would say, like, the most important ones, but you guys could think otherwise. But definitely look it up. They're called cognitive distortions. And I feel so crappy today. So, yeah. Feel zombified. It's the best video I can do. Feeling this crappy. So, really can't think of anything else. I'll show you my little zen right here. It's my sanctuary. Alright guys, peace.